guys here. Welcome to the Lotus Lounge. My name is Uma B, your featured show hostess with the mostess, and I'm happy to have you guys here. All right. So, we like to start our show by giving everybody a free affirmation. I believe in words, I believe in the power of positivity. So, this is not a reading, it is just an affirmation. At the end of the show, I will have free readings for you guys if you stick around. So, you know, stay tuned. We're going to get to that. But for now, it's very simple. All you got to do is put a one in the comments and let's get you your affirmation of the day. Okay? You loved me on the show last night. I appreciate you for being here. Wayne, you get the first affirmation. And if you put a one and I miss it, just put it back again. You're going to get your affirmation. Okay? Wayne, you got I am open. My higher guidance communicates with me through ideas. I will stay open to receiving messages everywhere. I'm going to do Eddie is next. By the way, hit my friend Eddie with a favorite. He also has a featured stream. I was on his stream last night. Are you smarter than a top badge? Personally, they were not, but it's okay. We still played and had a good time. Eddie, your message is I am persistent. My potential is limitless. Lugs, GT, Lady Gem, welcome in. Tina, I am motivated. DJ Swift Hands, I see you. I trust that I know what is best for me. Ms. Goldie, I am balanced. I listen to myself and honor all my needs. Savage, I see you. I am generous. I will stay open to receiving good and generously giving good. Linny, I am authentic. My authentic self is my most powerful state. MG Mavita, I am powerful. Yes, Sarah. I am becoming more understanding, conscious, and self aware each day. Is it Curvy? You're in green, you're a purple VIP. Curvy, I think. I am thriving. My life is abundant. Hi, Afro. Put a one in the comments if you'd like your affirmation today. Welcome in new people. Hit that favorite button on my name and come on back. I am here. I stream twice a day and it's always good vibes in the Lotus Lounge. GT, I am resilient. Failures do not define me, they fuel my growth. Eli, I am enough. I release the burden of shame, guilt, and self judgment. Afro, I am proud. I deeply love and accept myself. I trust the universe has beautiful plans for me. Sam, I am evolving. Who I am is not tethered to the past. Nicole, who is our featured guest today, I am aligned. Today, I choose to release all beliefs, people, and energies that no longer serve my highest and greatest good. Stacy, I see you. I am grateful. Gratitude awakens the good to unfold in my life. Welcome in, everybody. If you would like an affirmation, a positive affirmation, put a one in the comments. It's your girl, Uma B, Top Badge Uma B, here with you for Uma's Lotus Lounge. It's a metaphysical experience. Guess, Batty, I am intentional. You're welcome, Goldie. I am consciously creating a life I love. Thank you, Linny. Anyone else? Thank you, Gigi. Thank you for the gifts. Guys, I have a very special announcement to make. I am literally 50K away from hitting my big 16 milli. Whoever takes it will permanently be in my bio. I always list my milli takers. So congratulations to whoever's gonna take it because I am 50K away. Like, that's amazing. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate you guys. It's been a joy streaming for me, so I appreciate that. Christy, I got you. I am committed. My faith in the journey is stronger than my doubts and fears. Guys, that's so important. I can't tell you how far just being committed to the long term view, you know, of how important that is, because sometimes it can get a little dark on your path, but you got to remember there's always light at the end. You got to keep walking through the darkness till you get to that light. I'm about to creative. Um, I need you to reword that, because the way, I'm pretty sure you're joking around or you're meaning something metaphorically, but you're on a featured stream that's being recorded. And I just want to remind you, we have to watch what we say when we're publicly displaying our temperament. Okay. Hello, Alu. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to allow that in the stream. Can someone take care of that, because we do not make fun of things of that nature, especially with May being Mental Health Awareness Month. There are people who suffer from things and we don't make fun of that. Okay? Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Lenny. Appreciate that. All right, but we're going to continue with the show. So for those of you that are new, like I said, I'm a metaphysician, a spiritual teacher, a psychic medium, and a soul alignment coach. So a lot of what I do in my day-to-day is reach people with inspiration through inspiring words and actions in the sessions that I provide, the classes I create, and I bring that to streams. So after I go through the affirmations, I like to read for you my blog of the week, and it's titled, When You Know You Can Flow. So please write your comments as I read it. Write your comments in the comment section. I go back over and we use it as discussion at the end of the reading of the blog. Okay, thank you, Eli. All right. And if you want, you could just spam green hearts in honor of mental health awareness. Okay. When you know you can flow. When people think of psychic abilities, mostly they think how cool it is to help others by giving information that could change their lives. Possibly, but I hold a different viewpoint. After spending the last 14 years doing over 13,000 readings for other people, I have come to my own conclusion of the number one reason to be a psychic, and it's not about other people. It's about me. We are all equipped with intuition and gut instinct because these are the senses that help us create our path forward. Somewhere along life, we lost the general gist of who we are and why we originally came here. But let me remind you clearly. We are here for the experience of living, nothing more, nothing less. And yet, despite all of us coming for the same reason, we have different requirements for what that living experience looks like. This is why someone else can't tell us our path. We have to find it. And guess what? We are equipped to do that with. Do you guys know what we're equipped to do that with? Well, it is our intuition and our gut instinct. This past weekend, I was reminded why I love following my intuition and doing what I do, because when the universe gives you confirmation that you are on the right path, it is the best feeling in the world. So euphoric. So, what happened over the weekend? Well, let me get right to it. Recently, I've been debating slowing down on some work because my busy schedule doesn't allow me the time to do everything. I was thinking of letting my newsletter that I send out weekly go because I rarely get feedback on it, and I never know if people who sign up for my classes or services come from the newsletter or other advertising methods. As I was debating letting my newsletter go, I had the strong urge not to. I felt like I needed to send the newsletter out for the week, even though it was a couple days late, and just leave the topic alone for now. So I did just that. Imagine my surprise when I held a class on Saturday and a student thanked me for my newsletter. I've never met her before, and she told me she was recommended to me by a friend and she signed up on my website for my newsletter. She has been reading my newsletter for months now and finally decided to come in for a workshop. I was so elated. Following my intuition got me to the point where the universe could validate my feelings and show me I was on the right path. It felt so good. So, of course, the newsletter stays, but now I have the added insight that doing what feels right to you is the right course of action always. This technique of following my intuition despite all odds have proven successfully over life. And this is why I train thousands of people online and in person at my center with psychic development courses. I rather teach people how to fish than giving them fish. I rather teach people how to learn their intuition instead of doing a reading for them. Here are my recommendations for you to increase your intuition. This advice comes from my own personal journey and also being a psychic mediumship mentor to hundreds. Number one, meditation. Meditation is key to developing your intuition. I meditate every morning to develop a clear channel between source and myself. This makes it easier to hear the voice of spirit, which is quiet and low. If you don't know how to meditate, you can book a meditation facilitator for a session. You can take a beginner meditation class, or you can go to YouTube and find some easy, simple beginner meditation videos. Meditation is the best tool for calming yourself and developing natural trust with your intuition. Number two, take a psychic development course. When I was in training, I enrolled in as many classes as I could to develop my psychic abilities and strengthen my intuition. Courses allow you to practice giving readings to fellow students in a safe environment under the watchful eye of your mentor. You can find classes on hosting platforms like Eventbrite or Meetup and choose to attend in person or online. Number three, test it out. If someone calls you, try to guess who it is before you answer the phone. Take a box of crayons, close your eyes, pick a crayon, and try to guess the color. Little games like this can strengthen your intuitive muscles, but also give you confidence in knowing what you know. Of course, in each of the steps outlined, it will be a struggle at first. You're not going to sit and have a beautiful, blissful meditation for 10 minutes the first time you sit. You're not going to get it right when you guess someone who's calling you or what color is the crayon. But in time, it does develop. My wish for everyone this week is simple. Start trusting your intuition and tuning out others. Only you know you, and only you know where you are going. Learn to tap into your hidden wisdom and live this life boldly for what you came for. When you know, you can flow. So start today living your best life in accordance with your soul plan. Welcome in, everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge. So happy to have you guys here. I'm going to scroll up in case anybody put any comments in about the blog. Welcome in, welcome in. And yes, we have our bouncers kicking the trolls. Welcome to everybody. Welcome, Australia. I see you. Thank you, Eli. Polly, welcome in. Lots of green hearts. I love it. Hi, Frankie Frank. Welcome in. Hi, you God. Sunny, what's going on? So basically, my blog this week is just reminding you that you are equipped with everything you need to live this life for yourself. Your intuition is your key. It's your guidance. But you can also make mistakes by listening to other people, trusting other people's intuition over yourself. You can also make mistakes by taking other people's opinions over your own, if that makes any sense. I have a very strong requirement with my friends, and you may want to borrow this for your friends. And it's basically, don't tell me what to do. You can love me, you can hate me, but do not tell me what to do, because, at 45 years old and someone who's paying all her bills by herself for the past, I don't know, 20 years, do not tell me what to do. I am doing just fine. And I'm pretty sure you might have a better way of doing it, or a faster way of doing it or a more sensible way of doing it. But however I do it is the way I need to do it to be in flow. Does that make sense? So, if you're around a lot of people that are very opinionated, learn to stop sharing everything you're doing. People don't need to be there with you as you're building a house. Invite them over when it's done, okay? If you are starting in the direction of your dream, don't tell anyone. Go for your dream quietly. Because when you go for it quietly, you are free to make as many mistakes as you want, to turn back, to come back, to turn around, to completely stop if you want to. You could do everything without other people's interferences. But once people start interfering, then you start to doubt yourself, you doubt your intuition, and that's when you don't manifest the things that you've been wanting. Thank you for the favorite. So, that is my advice for you this week based off of the blog. How do you guys feel about following your own intuition? Do you feel that it's something that comes easily to you or that you struggle with? Thank you. Thank you for the favorites. I appreciate you guys. Welcome in. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge. It is a featured stream here on the Meet Me and Plenty of Fish app. We are so happy to have you guys. Please hit that favorite. We appreciate the gifts and thank you for being here. Nicole said, it hasn't been an easy journey, but she's slowly learning to trust it. I love that for you because even the journey of learning to trust your intuition, it's so powerful, you know? I remember in the early days when, let's say, somebody called and I said, that's Sarah, my best friend, calling me. And I look and I see it's Sarah. It's like, wow, I saw that coming, you know? And you get so excited. You're like, oh my gosh, like I actually did that. Or you give a reading for the first time. And then you're like, oh my gosh, the person's like, everything was on point. You're like, wow, I did that. It really does build your confidence. You know what I mean? Exactly. Hi, Jay. Yes, when something doesn't feel right, you got to trust it. I am known for that. Hi, Jay. I didn't see you come in. I try to see the best, do a lot of meditation, Eli said, a lot. Hi, Gotti. I try to see the best in everyone, but I'm learning not everyone is good. So I'm learning to trust my gut instincts instead. You know, that's interesting because I recently had to let go a female that I was rocking with for a long time on here. And you know, she was a big supporter of mine until I realized it's not that she's a bad person. I just realized that she had some toxic traits that she was unaware of. Now, some of you might say, but Uma, shouldn't you try to talk to her about them? Shouldn't you try to help her see what she's not seeing so she can fix herself? And the answer is no. Because if people aren't aware of their toxic behavior, that's one thing. But if they're not open to receiving advice or they're not open to learning more about how other people see them, it's not my place to tell them anything. You understand? It'd be a different story if someone came to me and said, Uma, why is everybody shunning me? Or why doesn't everybody want to talk to me? Or why is this happening? And I can say, and I would probably say, do you want my honest advice? You want my honest opinion? I'll give it to you in a very kind way, but I'll give it to you so you could know and then you can figure out what you want to do. But a lot of times people don't want that. People want to be, we have a saying in Guyana, wrong and strong is how they want to be. And then they still want things to turn out the way they want it to turn out, you know? But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You know, you gotta know about yourself. And if you don't know about yourself, you have to be open to hearing about it from your team. I have a lot of positive people around me, but I also have a lot of gentle, kind, truthful people around me. I know I'm not perfect. So when I have friends that are like, you know, Uma, I think you should look at it in this way or whatever. And, you know, I'll tell you something about getting advice. I'm a person who lives for myself. I trust my own opinions, my own intuition. But every now and then I'll ask somebody I trust, do you think I was too harsh? Do you think I was this? What do you think about what I did? And when I ask, I always like close my eyes and I say, be prepared to receive whatever answer comes because you trust this person enough to know that whatever they say, it's going to resonate. And it may sting a little bit, but I've trained myself over the years to take the sting and leave it behind and then pay attention to the message. You know what I'm saying? I've learned to stop and listen to my intuition before doing things. Graceful, welcome in. And that's the thing. It's because your intuition is really like your map. Imagine you went to a new world and you knew nobody there, they didn't speak your language, and they just, you didn't know how to get around and stuff. Your intuition is like your map. It's going to be like, go here for coffee, go here and buy your groceries, go here to pay your bill, right? That is what your intuition is. But imagine if you're in that new land and then somebody who doesn't know you or understand you is trying to give you advice. They're trying to be helpful, but they're relating to you how they relate to everybody else, right? It doesn't make sense. So what you have to do is you got to tune other people out. Love them still, but tune them out and only do what you want to do. When you start to do it that way, then you'll see a big turnaround in your life because it's going to get better. And then sometimes people actually support you in your journey, but then most times they leave, and that's another topic. But anyways, welcome to Uma's Lotus Lounge. It is time for us to have our featured guest. Her name is the artist Nicole, and she'll be talking about living with postpartum depression. So if we can get some clapping hand emojis in the comments, let's give a very warm welcome to our guest. And remember, guys, be polite, be kind. This is a person that is, they're not like me where they're just comfortable in front of a camera 24/7 and having a room of 600 people, stare at them. Be nice, be kind, be supportive as we, hi Zen, bring in our featured guest. Welcome in, Nicole.
Hello.
Love,
Hopefully
how
y'all can
are you
see me.
today?
I am doing good. How are you?
Doing great. I think if you had flipped the other way, then but we see you, but it's a little dark.
I'm sorry. It's my background is there
There
we
you go.
go.
There you go. Now
Sorry
we
about
see you.
that. Hello everyone.
The light has to be like behind your camera for it to show.
Yeah.
Welcome, Nicole. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. I'm just been here.
Yeah. I know your story because we're friends off the app, so
Yes.
I wouldn't say anything you don't want me to share, but um what I would like to ask you is tell us a little bit about yourself outside of streams so people could understand like you, who you are, what you got going on for yourself.
Well, I'm pretty much an introvert. I don't really do much. I mainly just stay home. But I enjoy reading, writing, drawing, making things, cooking things, just spending time with my animals and my family.
All of that sounds like a dream to me, except the animals. I'm not an animal. I love animals, but I'm not an animal caretaker. But I love staying in my house. So don't be shy about being, put a one in the comments if you're an introvert like Nicole and Uma. I love staying in my house. I don't need to go everywhere all the time. So tell us about your streaming. How often do you stream? Do you stream a lot or what's going
I
on?
stream on occasion. I am trying to do more on Saturdays for my own personal thing, but I do try to do more maybe 2 or 3 times a week if I can, if I'm not too tired or if I'm not dealing with stuff around with my family and whatnot.
Got you, got you. So more like you're more on streams per your schedule, like when you have free time. It's
Yes.
not like a commitment. Got you. So today we're talking, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. That's why we're wearing the green hearts in our names and whatnot. So postpartum depression, could you tell us about your journey with postpartum depression?
It was pretty much very rough at first because I didn't know that I was dealing with it at the time. It where I had really no support throughout my pregnancy with my first child, and when I finally had my daughter, I didn't realize that I was going on down a downward spiral of just not feeling myself, not being into anything, not wanting to do anything. I did a lot of drinking. I did a lot of smoking. I did things that I shouldn't have, pretty much, but at the same time, I did give her up for adoption to have a better life, but I was missing the milestones, and I felt even more depleted as a mother to not be able to see all that happening. I did a lot of bad things in my life for at least a good year and a half.
So let's reword that. You had a trying year, okay? I don't like when people say I did bad things. We're not bad people. We've had bad experiences, but we're not bad people. So you had a trying year where
Mhm.
you had a lot going on, and then having a baby added to the mix was just hard. It just was
Mhm.
hard. Yeah. And the postpartum, how does it feel for those of us that don't know? I've had postpartum, so I understand, but like let's try to think about if you were to tell somebody who hasn't had postpartum, what does it feel like?
It feels like you're isolated, even though there's people around you at all times, like family wise, friends wise. You can still hang out with people, you can still communicate with people, you can still work and do your job and all that, but you feel like you're completely isolated. Like in your head, you just feel like you're not there, you're not reciprocating, you're not wanting to engage when technically you're supposed to if you have to, but you don't feel like yourself pretty much. You are always in your head, you're thinking about why is this happening? What's going on with my body? What's going on with my mind? Why can I connect? And it's just you're you're pretty much numbing everything out.
Wow. And that must have been like hard for you to connect at the time to your child, to your newborn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a hard time trying to convince myself that even though I gave her up for adoption, there was a better choice. But I felt like I could have been there for her, but I knew that I couldn't because of the fact that I was going down that road.
Yeah. Do you have any contact with your daughter after you gave her up for adoption?
I get updates. I send pictures. I send, letters, gifts, drawings that I've done, paintings that I've done. I made her a little childhood book. I've created a little story for her and all that. And I do get feedback, but I only saw her after her first birthday, and she'll be 3 this July.
Okay, yeah. So that's good that the parents still want you to be like involved in
Yes.
some kind of way. Is it hard for you to see her? Like there must be some tug on your emotions about that.
It does feel like I can't really see her as much as I would like to, but I know that she's thriving in all the ways that she needed to because I knew I couldn't give that for her.
Yeah. So, are you nervous about like in the future having a baby, um, getting postpartum depression again?
Honestly, yes, even though right now I'm currently nearly 7 months pregnant with my third, and I am doing adoption again for reasons for a better opportunity for my kids. But I do know that I have support from friends and family that have been here for me since the beginning, and I am very appreciative of them to help me through it.
That's right. And you've had a very trying year this year. I didn't want to say that you were, say you were pregnant. I wanted you to say you were pregnant because I don't want to be giving people's businesses out here and stuff. But you've had like loss this year and just a lot of stuff
Mhm.
going on as well. So, how is your mental health now?
Surprisingly, it's doing really well. I mean, I've had my moments when I had a bit of grief because I did lose my mom about a month ago, but I grieved, I mourned, I cried. I now feel a lot better, and I'm embracing a lot of new opportunities that's coming my way.
Yes, my condolences again. I actually knew Nicole's mom through streams, and she was a lovely person. I used to love her coming in my room and having conversations with us. So again, my condolences on you losing your mom.
Yeah.
Tell us about a little bit about this Saturday event that you have going on. It's a weekly event. What time on Saturdays?
2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. And it's a life after loss grief support group for anyone who's lost either a family member, a friend, a breakup, a pet, a job, anything who just either wants condolences, to talk about their problems, or just to cut up and have some fun and throw some humor, even dark humor in there on occasion, just to have, a support group of, hey, I'm here for you, but in case you're feeling down, you can always come into my stream on Saturdays.
And do you feel that sometimes there's a stigma about that? Because when I hear grief support group, I just imagine like a bunch of people moping around and being sad and it's like, but it's nice to hear that you actually encourage laughter, maybe some dark humor, dark jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that it could be kind of weird to having a support group like that for grief on a streaming app, but it's more of not everyone on here can be considered nice in a way. So it's nice to have that support anywhere you can get it.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone has questions for Nicole, we have a couple minutes left. Please feel free to put the questions in the comments. But I feel that for those of you that are going through something right now, whether it's loss of a person or like a relationship or just loss in general, definitely hit Nicole with that favorite. Check her out on Saturdays. It's going to be 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I had to just like think that through again. And also, is your Instagram linked to your bio?
Yes, I have it in my bio. It's the same name as here, just without the emojis.
Yeah, the artist Nicole. You can find her on IG, the artist Nicole, no emojis. And then she does post on there when she's getting ready for her show and when she's gonna go on. Yes, Kane, I read above. You said for the past 3 years you've been in depression. I told this to Uma last month that I ended up losing 6 family members in a year and a half. We've missed you, Kane. We've missed your humor, but I respect what you're going through because I just reconnected with a friend of mine on here, Big Rose. He lost a lot of important people to him too, and he kind of needed a timeout. So what would you say to somebody who's going through grief? They've lost a person or people. What would be your advice as someone who's going through it as well?
It can feel disheartening knowing that losing that person that you've either known for a very long time or was very close to could just feel like your heart just got ripped out, stumped on, and depleted. But knowing that you have other people possibly in your life to give you support and just being there for you can make you feel a lot better a lot faster without knowing it.
That's well said. That's well said. And yes, thank you, Heather. One thing I do love about Nicole's IG is she posts daily journal promptings, and I don't write them down, but I answer it in my head. So thank you
Any
so
way you can get it down is fine.
Yes, exactly. I appreciate that. Lenny asked, what are some of the things you do to cheer yourself up when you're feeling down? That's a great question.
For me, it's more of taking my dog for a walk when I can, or just cuddling with the animals, cooking a good hearty meal, and just spending time either coloring in a coloring book or just spending time with either people on here for my friends on stream or just friends in real life just to hang out with. It helps me bring up my spirits a bit.
Mm, I love that. I love that. Kane said, I've been going to a grief processing group session once a month for the past year. CPT Austin, welcome in. So for those of you that are going through grief, put a one in the comments if you are going through any form of grief, whether it's the loss of a person's life or a breakup or a situation. So we have Nicole. She has a grief support group online in her stream on Saturdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. I actually have a friend in the Northern Virginia area that also does a grief support group on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's a Zoom call, so you can always reach out to me on Instagram and I could link you to her. She's on Instagram for her to send you that Zoom information. And then on Tuesdays, I know Big Rose also has a grief support group as well. So I'm just calling out two people are on streams, Big Rose, the artist Nicole. The other person is just outside of streams, but I can link you to her. But I want to give you guys Stacy, Goldie, Sexy Lumberjack, wow, Savage, Goldie, Kane, Linny. A lot of people have lost someone. That makes my heart sad. I'm so sorry. Yeah, on Saturdays, we have a show here in the room called Sober Saturdays, and it's a show with me and Eli at 8 p.m. where we don't drink for the month of this month. We're not drinking. Well, Eli is a recovering person for 12 and a half years. I'm taking a dry May challenge. So we're doing sober Saturdays. So please feel free to come through. Before I let you go, what is the best piece of advice you've ever heard in your life that you can share with us?
Take one day at a time. Don't rush things. Don't force things, and everything will go smoothly as long as you don't overthink it.
I love that. Thank you so much, Nicole. You guys, please, before I take her out the box, hit her with that favorite. please go ahead, drop her some gifts, and just show your appreciation for her. It's very brave of her to get in this box close to 1,000 people, and share your story. Yeah, is this the stream 847 that you've had the most people watching you in?
I've never had that many people watch me before.
Yeah, now you gotta tell me afterwards how many people favorited you. I'm hoping you get over
Okay.
20, okay? All right,
Thank
my love.
you.
Thank you for coming in. Before I take you out, we're just gonna go ahead and give you this little plunky plunk game.
Oh,
And
thank you so
you
much.
were great. You did fantastic. You guys, please do some clapping hand emojis for Nicole. And we're gonna go ahead and take her out the box. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. All right. This is bringing us to the end of the show. So I'm going to stop the recording for YouTube. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, I am Top Badge UmaB1111. I am here on the Plenty of Fish Meet Me app. If you download it to your phone and you come to the live stream section, you can search my name, UmaB1111, and click favorite on my name. And when I stream and I go live, you will get a notification. All right. So that message is for those of you watching on